Now, yesterday, okay, I covered this topic. So I've left the board as it is, so we can pick up from here and speak on top of this. Yeah. And the topic is, I call it MIS, Management Information System. Remember, I spoke about, well, you can just look up the previous video on this. I mentioned it as, I titled it as Getting Started Orphan 1. Okay. I mentioned about N. Like when we say Yama, where M is like, we have two legs, we have two bums. We sit on something on two bums. We basically have a pelvis, yeah, basing our body. And then we have two limbs, plus or minus. So some have, some not. So I'm including people who are alive, have a head, neck, and at least a trunk up to a pelvis. Yeah. So we have two bums. So we have two sides to a body. M. Yeah. M. And we sit on something, on one thing. I've been referring it to as, you got to discover your ass from a hole in the ground. Otherwise, you don't know. Okay. Ass is pronounced, well, it's spelled, I call it as administrative statistical system. It's like a system that helps you manage the information. Management information system. Manage the information that comes in your life. There can be bits of information. It could be emotions. It could be something you learn in school, or your parents teach you something. Your friends teach you something, tell you something about it. Or you watch a movie, or you listen to songs, or you read a book, or you watch something on the billboard. Some things make sense, some things don't make sense. When you kind of get the information bits in a particular order, in a particular system, over time, things make sense. Reality makes sense. Otherwise, you could have, they said this, another person said this, and this person said this, and you could like, oh my goodness, now what? You could be overwhelmed with information. Once you discover your ass, administrative statistical system, you have a management information system, or like information management system. Okay. Over time, as you you have your information management system, it becomes your management information system. You can build your life based on your management information system. So when you make your mistakes, you're making you're having your takes, take one, take two. It's like a movie, take one, take two, from your management information system. So you're less likely to make, mistakes, and more takes that is more right. Yeah. Doing the right thing becomes more easier. So you're not repeating the same mistakes. And you have those bits of information in your management information system, or your information management system, which over time becomes your management information system. Yeah. So, and based on which you can make your takes, like a script, like the script of your life. Your story gets better. For that, you need your AS, administrative statistical system. These are a set of basics. Once you have your basics right, you're not lost in the whole scheme of things. I call it the whole, WHOLE. We are all parts of a whole. When you don't know your part from the whole, and you don't know the whole, and the whole gets affected by the parts, and the parts get affected by the whole. When you have discovered your ass from a hole in the ground, you are less lost in all the whole scheme of things, because you have an information management system. Yeah. I will just leave you with this thought. If this begins to have you think in terms of some way to put the information together, yeah, I will keep talking about this and further topics little by little. So it becomes easier for you to arrive at your own MIS or information management system. When you already say begin to work on that, I would recommend a OneNote because you can download it on your phone, on your computer. Um, on the move, you can also make certain tabs in there, or you can start writing in the middle of a sheet instead of writing it, aligning it one particular way. So it gives you a little flexibility. It helps you jot down your thoughts. First, jotting down your thoughts or what you have in your life is over time then becomes easier for you to then sort those thoughts, those information in a particular system. So OneNote would be a base from where you can begin to start managing your information. The information management system somewhat begins to have a base from which to then over time it gets sorted out. Yeah. First, when you see what you have, what are the bits you have, bits of information you have, and then over time you learn to manage them better. Yeah. And then slowly we'll come to discovering your as, the basics. Once you have all the information, what bases them? What gives you sustenance and stably a ground, like you're standing up, a stable ground. So you're not having shaky, yeah? So you have a sthira sukhasana, so to speak, a stable ground from which to then discover what can be made better. What, when you improve it a little more, yeah, more or less. You have a building, you're standing stably up, yeah, without having to go to, you, me, you, yeah. So inferiority complex, and then you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, yeah, yeah. Instead of becoming an individual, you're sum of all many parts, yeah, a lot of parts. Which bit is yours now? Yeah. So to discover you from somebody else, others, it is information, it is important to develop your own spine. Yeah. So discovering your ass from hole in the ground with a miss helps you take things life sustainably, slowly. Okay, I'll give you an idea. You have the idea of the hare and the tortoise. Yeah. The race. So tortoise is like the slow economy. And the hare is like the fast economy. We have both in our own bodily system. Some people even call them as autism spectrum disorder. They're a little slow apparently, but how do you know the slow is not the fast? They tend to have a certain system, a processing system, information system, something by which to make sense of this thing called world. And we have our fast, we have you have a brain and then think in a particular way, and then sometimes you have a lot of information but have no idea to digest it well enough. So the slow economy and the fast economy is there in each person. It's when we go steadily, slow and fast, that we have the best of both worlds. Food for thought? I will pause on the matter. Do stay tuned on my channel, yeah? Or leave your comments. What you'd like to see better? I know we could improve the content and everything, but you making a comment, making suggestions, telling me what better you'd like to see is how things get better. Yeah. So the time that you spend watching this becomes more fruitful, more worth your time, effort, and energy. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Good day.